Hey, yo, what's decent? Yo, I have a crazy battle that I had last night on HaydenMadeEm stream against HaydenMadeEm. Now, I wanted to try out triple battles because a lot of people don't post it, and I think that I'm gonna make this a big trend. I mean, I'm gonna start posting a lot of triple battles to get the gist of what is going on. Triples of rotation are neglected. So my opposition leads out with Ninetales, Garchomp, Meowstic. I lead out with Aegislash, Landorus, and Bufala. I'm gonna go for the wide guard just to prevent my own Earthquake from inflicting damage onto my team, as well as the Earthquake being inflicted onto his members. So in case he went for a spread move like an Earthquake of his own, Earthquake won't be affecting my Pokemon. So I now go for the Earthquake, knock out Ninetales, as well as been able to inflict damage onto the Garchomp being a head charge after I get burned from the Ninetales. So that's 2 Pokemon down on the first turn. Meowstic showing its willpower still because it's still alive after it went for the safeguard. So now in comes Jirachi as well as Charizard. The sun is up and that worries me a little bit. So I'm just going to switch into my Gyarados just to intimidate it, just in case Jirachi happens to be on the physical side. I can get a -1 on that clown. So now Charizard goes for the Protect, which is unfortunate because I went for the head charge targeting Charizard, and he goes for the Swagger, giving his Jirachi a potential +2, but it's only +1 since I got the Intimidate off on it. He goes for the Ice Punch, initially targeting my Landorus cells in play. I'm going to go for the Substitute because I don't want Meowstic inflicting any Swagger damage onto me. One intricate thing that I find about triples is that the party members that are juxtaposed to the Pokemon in the middle, meaning the Pokemon on the left and the right, can trade places in turn of doing their moves. So instead of attacking, you can actually, like he just did, switch places in order to thwart your opponent's attacks. Like, let's say if Charizard was in the center, but then you actually switch to the right, now Stone Edge is not hitting Charizard, for instance, for that turn. So that's kind of intricate, you know. I really find that to be interesting. I don't exactly know how the speed ties and all that other stuff comes into play when that comes into a factor, because I find that a lot of times Pokemon that are slower tend to shift places faster than a faster Pokemon gets to attack the opposition. So I don't even know what's going on. I have to really find out how that works. So I really want to make this a thing, and I have to be able to explain everything that's going on. And as far as I can tell, I'm not able to explain everything. So I apologize for that to my viewers. So now in comes, you know, Hitmonlee, and it switched in after it went for the fake out on my Bufala, which is initially on my right, but I switched it into the center because I didn't want my Gyarados to be affected by Hitmonlee as well as the Charizard. Since Gyarados is dead center in the middle, it can only be targeted by the 3 Pokemon that he has into play. But since I switched it to the right, it can only be targeted by the Charizard and the Jirachi. So now he goes to the Stone Edge, knocks out my Bufala. Aegislash still behind the Substitute. I'm going to bring in my Mr. Mime because I do have the Wide Guard, but he does, I think he has the Heat Wave. But it's so obvious for me to go for the Wide Guard, predicting him to go for the Heat Wave, so I'm going to predict him not to do that. Go for the Dazzling Gleam this turn to take out his Hitmonlee, preferably. Hitmonlee's gone. And then afterwards, he's going to reveal that he does, in fact, go for the Heat Wave this turn. Knocks out my Mr. Mime, which is quite unfortunate. And afterwards, it breaks also my Aegislash's Substitute. But I am going to retaliate back with the Shadow Ball. And he has just that 1 Pokemon left, being the Jirachi. I still have my Landorus and my Electros left over. So I'm just going to play around with him. I can obviously just go for the Earthquake, being that Jirachi has to take a turn in order to go for the center. And just go for the Earthquake and a Wide Guard to finish Jirachi off. But I'm just going to toy around with it a little bit, switch up my Pokemon a little bit, and afterwards finish off with the Electros. So that was definitely a great game. I have to find out the deeper mechanics in regards to the triple battles if I want to be able to explain them properly. So I apologize for that. Peace. What you doing?